All right, Jack, you're entering my happy place world now. Because you know how much I love making bread.
You do. I feel like you've become the king of bread recently.
No.
And I'm here to learn from the king.
Definitely not the king. Like, I'm self-taught, you know. I may be a chef, but you're not taught baking anymore. So it's not like I've ever been a baker. So I'm very much a self-taught baker. But I've loved the journey. You know, I've really enjoyed learning about, you know, doughs and proof times and how your environment really does affect everything. Making bread in winter versus summer, especially here in Australia, is like night and day. It's so different.
Yes,
so, you know, it's been a journey, Can I grab a fork, please?
Sure thing.
So I've just gone in straight away with some dried yeast and warm water. And this bread mix flour is great because one, the yeast comes with it, and two, it's a really high protein flour. So it's great for bread making. Lots of gluten to activate to give you a really nice stretch in your dough.
So it's preferably using a bread, pizza, focaccia specific flour than try and go for it with just standard everyday plain flour, right?
Definitely not a plain flour. Like, we really struggle to get the rise and the lift with a plain flour. So you always need high protein in there.
Good
so you need a strong bread flour. Okay, so now going in with 500 grams of bread flour. And I'm just going to bring this together first with my hands before I add it to the dough hook. You could do it straight on the dough hook, guys, absolutely.
And that's how you learn, right?
That's how you learn.
Getting your hands involved in the process
Absolutely.
helps you understand how different doughs have a different consistency and when you need to add more liquid or less.
Exactly. If you can just drizzle in, I'm looking for 20 ml of olive oil. So, like a cap. Just a drizzle. Not much. Too much. No, I'm joking.
Nothing like feeling nervous next to you.
And then I'm just gonna add a pinch of salt as well. This dough will dry out as you work the gluten. So people at this stage get really nervous and go, oh, but it's really sticky, it's really wet. It's supposed to be, okay? It's supposed to be almost glued to your fingers like this. Because then at the next stage, when you're working it, when you're kneading it, gluten activates and becomes drier and drier and drier, okay? So if you start off too dry, you're gonna end up with a really dry bread.
Yeah, no one likes that.
So we're gonna pop this onto the machine now, and we're basically gonna knead it for 8 to 10 minutes until it's soft and elastic. Then after that, we're gonna take it out, and we're basically gonna put it into a bowl with some olive oil, cover it in Glad wrap, and then we're gonna leave it to rest for about an hour, hour and a half, basically until it's doubled in size. So we've got our beautiful dough, Jack. You see how that's doubled in size?
Yeah, it's a whopper.
I like that. So I'm gonna basically knock this back now and stretch it out. You're gonna get our garnishes ready. Okay. So I said I promised you a focaccia with a twist, right? Yes. So I'm going slightly Korean in flavors. Honey, gochujang, spring onions, and then those beautiful seeds, the sesame seeds and pumpkin seeds. We're gonna load that all into here, leave a little bit for the top as well. So if you can start by slicing that up for me.
Do you want on the round and small, diced? How do we go?
On the round and small.
Okay.
So I'm just putting a little bit of olive oil in the tray. You wanna nicely grease your tray.
I like your choice of seeds. They're two of my top 3 that I would say people should get into their pantry. Sesame seeds are a good source of calcium. So if you're looking to up your calcium in your diet, maybe you're not eating much dairy or other calcium-rich foods, then sesame seeds and tahini are a go.
Nice.
Pepitas are like one of the best plant-based sources of zinc, and our bodies need zinc for all sorts of biochemical pathways.
Yeah.
So really critical to get good sources of zinc in the diet. Also really good for immune function.
I mean, I think any bread you make yourself is always going to be healthier. None of the nasties in there. So if you can just mix that gochujang through the honey.
Sure.
And then I'm just loading this with some of the spring onions, keeping some back for the top.
Gochujang's really having its moment.
Do you know what? I feel like the rest of the world is catching up. I've loved it for so long. Always in my pantry. Like, I almost use it like a tomato paste, you know, because it's so full of flavour. Naturally can thicken your sauces as well. And just gives you that depth and that body and the heat and the funk. You know, that fermented funk that you know I love by now.
I definitely know you love the funk.
It's a great ingredient. That's beautiful, Jack.
Easy.
And now we're just gonna drizzle some of this in there. So it's gonna give you that sweet, salty, spicy, almost umami to your bread. And then we're gonna get some of these pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds in here as well. This is all about the seeds today. You're gonna leave, again, some for the top and the garnish.
You know how you can get tamari almonds?
Yeah.
You can do tamari pepitas, but I'm thinking you could get a bit of your gochujang in there.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be flavoursome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like a spicy seed combo for a snack.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't use any flour on the bench. I wet my hands earlier just so it didn't stick as much to my hands. But you want to try and not use extra flour if you can, because it just dries out your dough. So this is really nice and sticky, which is what you want. And then you're going to lift it up. Just wet your hands. And use that to now almost massage the bread and stretch it out.
I suppose you have to work relatively quickly with regard to your dough on the bench so it's not starting to cement to it, right?
Absolutely. So you just want to spread it out and press it in. We're going to leave this to prove again till it doubles in size, and then we're going to finish it off and whack it in the oven. I love the rise of bread.
So cool.
It's just satisfying.
Yeah.
You know? I'm gonna now just drizzle some olive oil over that, and then we're gonna create the classic focaccia dimples, right? You're gonna rub that in.
I'd say that's the best part. Focaccia, I've been
It's
like
the most
to do that.
satisfying part, for sure.
Oh.
You hear that air popping out. For me, that's focaccia, you know? So now, we're gonna get a little bit more of this beautiful gochujang and honey mixture.
It'd be hard to pair this with anything in my eyes, because I think I just want to eat the whole loaf.
Do you know?
I'm trying to think of things you would serve it up with. I mean,
Cheese.
Interesting.
A good brie or camembert. This would be absolutely beautiful, because that spicy sweetness of the bread will go so well with a good cheese, honestly.
That honestly took me by surprise. I was thinking more Asian flavours that you'd go.
No.
Different.
Good old French cheese.
Very cool.
Or good Aussie. So some of those seeds again on top.
Yep.
Sesame seeds. Gonna pop it in the oven at 220 degrees for about 20 minutes until it's golden on top.
Yep.
It's ready to go and eat. All right, Jack. So we've taken it out, we've let it cool down for a bit. Don't let it sit in the tin for too long. You wanna cool it down for about probably 5 or 10 minutes maximum in the tin, and then put it onto a rye rack. Otherwise, the humidity will make your bread go soft, and we wanna keep that crunch, you know? Yeah. It's a beautiful loaf, eh?
I'm waiting in great anticipation to taste this one. I have high hopes.
I'm just gonna finish it with a little bit of olive oil on top, because you can't have too much olive oil in a focaccia.
Never. I also feel like this is one I could actually just take home and do immediately. I don't feel intimidated by this bread.
No, focaccia's a really good starting loaf, you know? It's a great way to get yourself into bread making. Look at it.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful, soft, spongy. That's what I want in my focaccia.
Yeah.
We gonna try it?
Oh, mate. No brainer.
I wanted to take it home.
No, I'll be taking it home, pack it in my little suitcase.
All right, let's try some.
Whilst we don't have the brie or camembert that you said would be great to eat it with, I'll be pretty happy with this. Oh, is there anything better than hot bread?
Hot, soft bread is just a gift.
If this was the last meal I could eat, I'd die a happy lady.
You don't need anything else with it, do you? It's salty, it's sweet. It's just delicious.
It's like a pillow. I can't stop eating it.
Guys, if you want to get into bread making, this is a great recipe for you to try.